right, baby, you know what it is? It's DJ Sus One. My co-host Kenya. It's the Feature Presentation Podcast. And we got two young brothers here who's on the Wu-Tang series.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. TJ Adams and Marcus Callender. What's up?
Let's get it.
What's going on?
Good, man.
How you guys feeling, my brothers?
Feeling pretty good. I'm feeling
He's
pretty
like season
good.
3's out. You know
Season
how
3 out. we feeling amazing. I ain't gonna lie.
Good. We're excited for you guys.
Thank you.
How do you feel that season 3 is like a wrap?
Bittersweet. I feel like the story was definitely. It gave us 3 seasons, so it gave people enough time to like really appreciate it, and we didn't overstay our welcome, but. You know, and it gave us that time to really be like really creative because this season is really creative. Like,
Absolutely, we took.
so I feel like my bad, bro. I feel like if we didn't go out in 3 seasons, we wouldn't have went out with a bang like this. Like, I feel like since they knew it was going in, they was like, all right, we got something for y'all. You feel me?
Well, let's start with TJ. TJ plays ODB.
Yeah.
One of the most legendary people in hip hop, period, let alone Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
What was it like, you know, embracing the energy of ODB, especially since he's not here anymore? How did you know, besides watching videos, did you talk to family members?
Talk to family members. I study his son. Like anything I could get my hands on, because believe it or not, it's not a lot of like footage out here of Old Dirty Bastard. So I had to like look at stuff of his son. I had to talk to his mom, his brothers, his daughters, like everything.
How was that like talking to his family, like his mom and his daughters?
I love his family like they my family, man. They embraced me as soon as it started. You know, they gave me real gems about his life that helped me with the character. So I feel like, you know, they always embraced me, you know. So it was dope. Especially like that helped me with the confidence of the role, because it's like, yo, if his family says I'm doing a good job, then.
Coming out of North Philly and then you moved out to Brooklyn, correct?
Yeah.
Did the way you grew up in these areas make you relate to ODB and the stories that you heard whatsoever?
For sure, man. I feel like
because ODB was raw, for real.
He was real raw. I feel like ODB should have been from Philly, man. Believe it or not, I don't know. I feel like
then he would have had a big beard.
He had the low key Philly beard though. Like my beard don't grow fully in. I got the ODB. Like it come in scruffy and rough, but it don't connect. Like, but nah, like I feel like growing up in North Philly helped me like really connect with the character. The first scene I ever shot, we was in a Chinese store ordering 4 wings. Like that's real like normal in my life. Like I love ordering 4 wings from the Chinese store, or I did when I was in North. And you know what I mean? I feel like we kindred spirits. You know, like a lot of the stuff they was doing in Wu-Tang, you know, I was probably doing before I was acting. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it like trying to get into character? Because ODB was like complex and unique all in the same. So what did you have to do to kind of like get yourself in that frame of mind?
I had to make sure I just had fun with it, because ODB was like a fun character. So I'm like, I don't want to take it, not take it serious, but I just don't want to be take myself too serious in this role. I want to make sure I just have as much fun as I can with this character, like every time I did a scene.
So you had no pressure, you're saying?
No pressure?
No pressure, like knowing how legendary he is, knowing how many fans, not only did he have for his solo music, but the whole Wu-Tang Clan. There was no pressure on becoming the ODB.
After I got the role, and I feel like after like we shot the first 2 episodes, the love everybody was giving me on set, it was like, nah, no pressure after this, because the people who was really with him, you know, showed me love, and like they was telling me I was really embodying the character. So I'm like, they was really with this dude. I never met him in my life. So if they saying I did the job well, then I'm like, yo, it's no pressure at all.
Yeah. How did you get the job? How did you get the role initially?
I went in for Raekwon at first, and then I was like, I don't think I'm Raekwon, but I'm going to do my best anyway. I'm going to do my best anyway. So they was like, yo, come in for ODB. I was like, whatever, yo. So I'm going to just go in again and see what's good. I didn't think I was ODB. I ain't gonna lie. I had like a clean face at the time. I had like an afro. They cut the size of my hair for the role, so I didn't think I was ODB. I was like, yeah, whatever. That's a big character. I'm thinking they're gonna give it to, you know, Daniel. You know, he take all the roles anyway. I'm like, they gonna give this to Daniel. I'm not ODB at all. So.
But you are, right? In a sense.
In a sense, yo, it's crazy. Trust me, because I didn't see it coming. Like I didn't grow up thinking like in a million years that I would be ODB. You know what I mean? Even looked at as ODB.
Yeah.
So you guys look like you're a day over 20. My old ass was raised in the 90s, and I used to, when I first started DJing, I had vinyl. I was DJing a lot of the Wu-Tang records. I went to basement parties where they were playing a lot of the Wu-Tang records, and one of the biggest ODB records was Brooklyn Zoo. Now, TJ, being a rapper, because I found out that you spit, when you were listening to his music, did you get inspired? Were you like, wow? Because he's, ODB not only was spitting, he was very animated.
Yeah.
His energy was on a whole nother level. He completely stood out.
Yeah.
So did it inspire you at all, listening to the music
Yeah.
and hearing his lyrics and hearing his energy and his cadence and everything, being a rapper yourself?
When I first listened to ODB, it was like a vibe. So I'm like, all right, cool. But then when I played the character, that's when I was like, yo, this dude is, because I had to really see what he was saying. A lot of the stuff ODB rap, I feel like I can't catch everything he's saying, but when I really look at what he's saying, I'm like, he's actually saying some really cool stuff. So I'm like, yo, it inspired me after I started playing them, you feel me? At first, I didn't have like the open air, I just thought it was dope music. But then when I played the character, I'm like, yo, this dude is really on the next level. And I said this before, I said like, everything ODB did, I feel like is being done now, like as far as new rap. Like back in the day when he was coming up, it was all about lyrics, and lyrics was everything in his.
Well, no, I want to interrupt there. Lyrics was everything in bars, but the beats, the producers meant a lot. You know what I'm saying as well. Now I feel like it's more about the production and the vibe.
And the feeling.
Yeah, and the feeling. But back then it was really like the raw hip hop beats and definitely the lyrics. So that's why, because you look like a day over 20. That's why I wanted to know how you vibed out with it. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel watching yourself in the role?
I feel like just grateful to be a part of such an iconic legacy, to be honest, because Wu-Tang, it means so much to the culture, means so much to me, so I just be really thankful. Yesterday, I ain't gonna lie, I really cried watching episode 303, because it was
Did you say you cried?
cried, bro. I couldn't believe how.
We're men. You can't admit that live in front of
I
people.
gotta keep it real, man. Like it was a real tear. Like I couldn't believe how good everything came together.
Nah, congrats.
Like,
it's amazing.
production killed it. My man Marcus killed it. Like everybody, we really did our thing, and it was like, it was my first time actually like really reflecting, because I was just in it,
And Marcus, you play Power.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, and Power wasn't a rapper. He wasn't a producer. To people who might not know who Power was to Wu-Tang, please explain it, your character.
Okay, so Power is the executive producer, the Wu-Tang Clan. So, he's on the business end of things too. But even more so, besides the business, you know what I'm saying? They call him Power for a reason, you know what I mean? Like, Power's the kind of cat, he walks into the room, you feel his presence, you never not know he's there, you know what I mean? He's not the loudest one in the room at all, but you know he's there. And I feel like what he also contributed to the group was that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, that energy that cats needed to, like, whether they were stuck on, like, trying to write a rhyme or, like, didn't know what the next move was, Power was always that person that kind of, like, put the battery in him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, back in season 2, there's a scene with me and Raekwon, and he's trying to figure out his verse and he's trying to figure out his verse for the Cream record. And in that scene, he's going back and forth with Power, like, yo, like, I don't know what to write about, and da-da-da-da-da. And Power's like giving him that knowledge and giving him that encouragement. So that's also what Power contributes as well.
How did you get the energy to become the power boss that he was? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, so season 1, even when I was auditioning for it, I didn't know who Power was. And I didn't really look him up or anything like that. I kind of was going in and just doing what I was doing because it was working. Once I got the role, I kind of realized, like, oh, okay. I think I kind of see why I might have been cast as this guy. Because him and I have a lot of, like, similarities just in terms of, like, how we move. And
Are
like,
you saying that you're a boss? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm going to say that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, just like the way he moves and his, like, mindset about things. I said earlier that Power's always thinking about what's the next thing. He's always thinking ahead. He's never comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And I'm very much like that as well. But once we started filming, I didn't meet Power until like 7 episodes in. So at that point, you know what I mean? Like, the character was pretty much already established.
Were you nervous when you met him? Like what he was going to say about the work that already took place?
First of all, the way I met him was in very Power fashion, meaning he didn't reach out to me himself. He had his peoples kind of reach out to me, like, yo, like, Power wants to meet you, Power wants to meet you. I'm like, well, I don't even know who you are. Hold on a second. Next thing I know, I'm on set. I get a text like, yo, what's good? It's OG Power. I said, oh, shit. What's going on? He gives me a call because we had to stop filming because it was raining, so I had the time. So he gives me a call, and we end up talking for like 3 hours. And like, for real, like the first time we spoke, it was just like, oh, shit. Like, yo, we felt like brothers already. Next thing I know, like an hour later, I get a knock on the door. He pulls up. He pulled up to set.
Did you give him your address or he just showed up?
He just showed up to set. But that's very, like he moves like that. You don't know you don't know what he's gonna do, but he gonna do it how he do it. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of ghost like that. So he just pulled up to set. He's like, yo, what's good? Da da da. So we like talked and shit. And yeah, he gave me his blessing. Like, yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Is it true that you got handpicked by Inspector Deck?
I did? I didn't know that.
Oh, that was a rumor. All right. I just wanted to see if that was true.
That's crazy.
If that was true, I was about to be like, that's crazy.
Shout out to Inspector Deck. I didn't know that.
How did you get picked?
I mean, I went through the process like everybody else. I auditioned. But I mean, honestly, from the very beginning, it felt like me. You know what I mean? Like it didn't. Like that was one of those auditions where, like, as actors, like, we'll go in on something, and it's like something that we really want, so we kind of just put a lot of energy into it. 9 times out of 10, you don't get those roles. So with this one, I had a level of ease throughout the entire process, from like the callback to even like when we did the screen test. And I was in the middle of doing a play. I was doing a play in the city. So like, everything was kind of working around that schedule. But like, I don't know, like every time I went in the room, it felt right. And so when I finally realized who Power was, it was kind of like, oh yeah. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And I think that applied to how they cast the entire cast. Because even if, like, it's not even about like looking like the people per se. Like I think we all just kind of have the energy of who we're playing. You know what I mean? Like we all just kind of have that feeling.
What was it like working with RZA on the set for both of y'all? Because he's legendary, not just with Wu-Tang, like with, if I'm not mistaken, he like did soundtracks for like Quentin Tarantino movies and stuff. Like he's a legendary human being, let alone being the man behind the whole Wu-Tang brand. So what was it like, demonstrating your talents in front of him?
Yeah, the RZA was a mentor throughout the process. He definitely gave me some tips on like how Dirty would do certain things during like, the scenes. And it was like, an honor, because this is the RZA too. I'm like, oh man, I was kind of starstruck when I met the RZA.
He's a big
It was the
deal.
RZA, man. I'm like, but now it's normal, man. I'll be eating dinner with the RZA.
Yeah,
that's not
Feel me?
regular.
It's nothing.
It's right. It's crazy that seeing RZA is like normal now. Like we see him all the time, kind of. But like, working with RZA was really great. I mean, he approaches it like he approaches music, basically. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, honestly, like I've spent more time with Power than I did RZA, and that was really dope. Like, I would say, like, before we started filming season 2, like things kind of slowed down because of COVID. Him and I were on the phone every day, and we weren't even talking about the show. We was just talking about just what's going on. So we was on the phone every day, and then I got to like travel around with him. Like I went to DC with him, LA, Miami. So I got to spend a lot of time with him. And like I wasn't even on some like, I'm an actor and I'm taking notes and you know what I'm saying? We was chilling, we was vibing. Of course, I'm watching him and just, taking certain shit in and like getting, because I'm big on detail. So of course I was doing that, but we was also kicking it. You know what I mean?
Yo, ain't that crazy though to have somebody playing you can just kick it with
Right.
them, like, one day
That's-
I'm on that. Like,
Yeah.
Right. No, it's crazy.
So
It's
how do
crazy.
you turn that pressure off in your head, like when you're performing, right? Because that's like the crazy critique, to be having to play somebody and then they're there watching the whole thing.
I mean, it wasn't no pressure. I think once I met him that first time, season 1, all the like pressure or nervousness I felt was relieved that day. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it was just kind of like, oh shit. Like meeting him, it was like, oh shit. Okay, I'm on to something. I'm not off. You know what I mean? Like I'm definitely on to something, and just but being able to spend that time with it, like I got to see shit that like, yo, like how could I see this if I'm not with him right now? You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Let's segue into that before we talk about season 3. Being around, being in the Wu-Tang American Saga series, did you guys experience some of the Wu-Tang energy that they might have, like the girls,
Yeah.
the attention?
Yeah.
I noticed TJ smiled instantly. Like, what kind of experiences did y'all, being these characters and playing these iconic hip-hop legends in hip-hop, what kind of attention are you guys getting when you walk in these streets now?
yo, shout out to everybody that showed me love. Playing the characters. For real though, I get a lot of love, yo.
You appreciate the
I
love.
really appreciate the love, yo, because I'm a real human, so I have like genuine human interactions from all walks of life, and people be genuinely happy to see me. So shout out to everybody who showed the love to the Wu-Tang cast.
Yeah, no, it's dope. It's dope. No, people definitely rock with the show. I've experienced shit.
I love the answers, yeah.
Look, I mean, like I was in Paris a couple of months ago. And
I was in Paris,
What happened at the Eiffel Tower, Marcus?
the other day.
I was in Paris a couple of months ago, and like being recognized in Paris was crazy.
Yeah,
Because
that's amazing.
I was not expecting. I was chilling, shopping. I'm in Paris. Like, oh, like, yo, you power. I said,
Definitely
yeah.
will.
How'd you know that? So yeah.
So what can you guys tell us? Season 3, Wu-Tang American Saga Season 3 actually aired today. What can you tell us about Season 3 and what is going to be different from Season 1 and Season 2?
Man, season 3 is crazy. Like I said earlier, since they knew it was the last season, I feel like everybody just went hard. The actors, the writers, production, everybody stepped it up. Like, yo, we gonna go out with a bang. So the creativity on season 3 is unmatched. I never seen nothing like it on TV. We got 3 movies in the season. My episode is 303. I play Dirt McGirt. It's like a whole nother character, but it's still intertwined with what's going on the whole show. And it's a black exploitation movie directed by Mario Van Peebles. Oh my God, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
You
good.
can give it up for that.
Yeah.
Give it up for
It's
that.
dope.
What do you have a favorite memory from this season?
From this season? Oh man.
We shot some shit in here. I'm sorry.
We definitely
But we shot some shit in here.
In this building,
In
yeah.
this
Hell
building.
yeah, we shot a couple of things.
Yeah, so-
My favorite memory from season 3. Honestly, I would say it was shooting 303, son. That was fun. That was fun, bro. Like, the fact that we got to show up to set, like, we literally showed up to set the first day of filming. We got in hair and makeup. Yo, shout out to hair and makeup.
Shout out to Hair and Makeup.
Shout out to hair and makeup, for real. No, I say that because it's like everything, there's so much that goes into making a film or a TV show. There's so much, and every part of that counts. You know what I mean? Everything is a part of the creativity. Everything is a part of the storytelling. So it's like I showed up, boom, the first place you go is hair and makeup, right? Before I even put my costume on. No, I knew what I was wearing. That's important for me too. I always got to know what I'm wearing, because once you wear the clothes, then you kind of transform into it. At least I do. You got the costume, you go into hair and makeup. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I know Mario gave us like a vague kind of direction of where he wanted us to go. He definitely wanted us to study some black exploitation films, so I definitely did that. Came in the hair and makeup. First person I saw was makeup, and they wanted to like kind of like give me like a, you know, like a, because my character does drugs. So, you know, kind of like darken my eyes and like give me a couple of scars. So once all of that is happening and then hair comes in, while he's doing my makeup, hair comes in, she comes in with like wig options, like, oh, let's try this one, let's try this one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like trying them on and like seeing which fits right. Then we was like, yo, let's throw a hairnet on there. Let's see what that do. Do the hairnet on there. She tied it up and there was like some like string hanging. It wasn't supposed to, you know, that wasn't intentional, but I liked it. It kind of worked for the character because I was playing with it. So it's like, okay, cool. So we gonna keep that little flap. All right, cool. Put the hairnet in, boom. Makeup's done, the hair's on, the costume's on. You looking in the mirror, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, this is where we at. All right. Then you get to set, you know, you got your lines and got the situation, and it's just like, boom, you just throw yourself into it. So it was like I was literally coming up with the character on the spot, like everything, you know, forming the role as we were going. Like that was quite an exercise as an actor, but it was so fucking fun. Shout out to Mario. We mentioned Mario a lot. That's because he's a really dope director.
Mario Van
really
Peebles, that
dope
is.
director.
Mario Van Peebles.
What made you change the voice up, bro? Because I ain't gonna hurt.
Cause of the wig.
The wig?
It was, you know, it gotta.
Put you in the zone.
You put me in the zone, though. I told you that, bro. Like, when I seen you do your character, I was like, oh, no.
Word.
I gotta
Oh, shout
step
out.
my whole thing up now, yo.
I want to ask you guys something. Were you guys, before you got this role, well, everybody's aware of Wu-Tang Clan, but did y'all listen to the music at all before you guys got these roles? Or getting the roles made you pay attention and be like, let me really do my research on the music and all that?
I was doing music since I was like 16, and I was with this group in Philly called the Bakery Boys, and we changed our logo to resemble Wu-Tang logo. We used to rap over Wu-Tang Clan beats. Like, one of my first shows was Wu-Tang Clan. Like, I was rapping over Wu-Tang Clan, ain't nothing to fuck with. So when I did it on TV, I was just like, nah, this is crazy. So I was super tapped into Wu-Tang. This is all documented too. Y'all can check that out. I was super tapped into Wu-Tang. I feel like this whole thing is like a whole manifestation for real.
Nice.
So chase your dreams, man. Don't let nobody hold you back, for real.
Word.
That's right. Do you have a favorite Wu-Tang song?
Brooklyn Zoo.
All right.
You
What
feel
about
me?
you, Marcus?
Bells of War. What you know about that?
Somebody said,
know about
oh.
that?
So season 3 is out right now. You know what I'm saying? Well, the first episode's out right now.
No, first three.
First
Oh, it's the first 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next for TJ? Since season 3 is going to be the final season for the Wu-Tang American Saga, what's next for TJ Adams? What's next for Marcus Callender? What is next that you guys are trying to be involved with? I know TJ's trying to be a Grammy Award-winning artist by next year.
Grammy Award winning by next year, you feel me? Yeah, just the music. I got a single coming out on Friday called Put You On. Working on directing and producing my own shit too, because I feel like we need a lot of more creative black stories out there. Clothes, anything creative, man. So I'm like huge on creativity, so I'm gonna always be doing something creative in front of the scene or behind the scenes.
As for me, definitely got something coming up. Can't speak about it yet, but got a little something coming up. I'm also a writer too. So I'm
Writer meaning music,
no.
scripts?
Scripts, yeah.
Okay.
And and plays. I wrote a play too. But I'm co-writing on a film right now. It's called Year of the Dog. So be on the lookout for that.
Nice, nice.
Well, we appreciate having you guys on the
Thanks for
podcast.
having us.
Thank you.
In closing, is there anything that you want the Wu-Tang, I don't know if you guys met all the members of the Wu-Tang, you know, being involved with this, but is there anything that you would like to say to the Wu-Tang family, you know, since you guys are now part of their legacy?
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is iconic for us too because you did some scenes in this actual
some
building
scenes
here
in
in
here.
Newark. And from what I understand, we are the first official podcast
Oh,
that
here
has
at
taken
Newark
place
Symphony.
Legendary.
at
Y'all be
Newark
doing some
Symphony Hall.
legendary
So shout out to Newark Symphony Hall.
Word.
We
Yes.
appreciate y'all for that. So
Well, we greatly appreciate y'all for coming to the Feature Presentation Podcast.
Thanks, man.
I'm going to manifest things for you right now. You guys are going to be in plenty more movies, TV shows. You're going to be performing with Rihanna and Doja Cat by next year.
Word, yeah, invite me.
All right, and I appreciate you guys, man.
All right, man.
Wu-Tang, the American Saga, Season 3. Season 3. First 3 episodes is out right now. The Feature Presentation Podcast is up right now. First episode with Michael B. Jordan. These young fellas are the second episode, so make sure you guys subscribe. And we appreciate y'all, man. Let's get it.